So now we're live.
Hi!
To tape.
So, welcome to our channel, The Filipina, The Foreigner, and The Filipina Recorded Life.
We are at the Blaise Cafe. We're about to be fed.
Yeah.
So in another video we did, we talked a little bit about how serious I am with her family.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be this way so you can pick up my voice. So, and I got to thinking the reasoning why they might think I'm so serious is because, well, obviously the language barrier things. And myself and Mahal, she's always speaking English with me, so we joke around a fair amount of time. But now when I'm home at our mom's home, for example, I'm pretty reserved, pretty quiet, because I don't really know what's going on, right? So as a foreigner, when you're visiting the Filipina family, if you don't know the language, I think you're perceived more serious. But it's not necessarily that you are more serious. I think I'm just perceived more serious because
You don't talk.
I can't talk. Because
You can only talk derecho, kaliwa, kanan.
and
Mahal.
And the other part is like you were saying, they perceive me more serious. Your family perceives me more serious because then my mind, even if I was to speak more in English to joke around, my joke is not understood well, right? So I know that in my mind as well, right? So if I'm to joke around, I'm thinking, oh well, I'm probably going to be misunderstood or that's not understood. So it's again, I'm more quiet or reserved. So you're perceived as more of a serious person, I think, around the Filipina family. Would you say this is accurate or not? Are you gonna answer me?
Can you say it again?
Are you joking?
That's our conversation. You talk a lot.
I said, is that, would you say that's accurate, what I said? Would you say that's pretty accurate?
Yeah, he's right. It's just he was serious in front of my family. It's because of the language barrier, and my family kind of shy talking to him because of that language, and they're just intimidated. I know that they can speak English, but they're just not confident.
We were doing so well with the quiet. I think they're putting that on for our sake.
Yeah.
Oh, not good for a video.
So anyway,
We're continuing in a different scene. We were up
Yeah.
there, now we're down here. It was loud with the music. We didn't want copyright, so we're down here. Is that okay with everybody?
So, we're talking about my family reactions when Mahal is with me.
Foreigner Filipino relations, family
Yeah.
relations, foreigner and the Filipinas family, that kind of relation video.
Yeah. So I cannot say that my family cannot speak English because I know that they can speak in English. It's just that we're not used to it in speaking. We're, of course, it's here in the Philippines. It's kind of, especially when you live in the province, and most of the time at home we're speaking our language. Yeah, but if we have a baby, most family speak English because we try to learn to teach our children to speak in English because I don't know why here in the Philippines speaking English is really important to us, because when it comes to like looking for a job, it's really competitive here in the Philippines, and
the more English, the better
yes,
chances
the better
you have.
chance you have a really good job. Yeah. And also in my family we can speak English. My sister-in-law is a teacher, my brother is a government employee, and my mom she's a high school graduate, but she can speak well in English, and I'm sure to that she can speak English. She can even she has a good writing skills. Yeah, I can assure that.
Maybe they can write to me.
It's like that, Mahal. It's just that
we can write to each other.
We are not confident in speaking English. Just like, for example, my first time working abroad when I was in Dubai, it's really hard to speak in English. My mind is like, I want to say something like this, but when it comes to speaking out loud, it's kind of my tongue is really stuck in the middle, and I can speak. Yeah, but my mind is kind of weird, like I can speak everything. Yeah.
Because
It's just that maybe it needs more practice, because my niece, which is Emerald, she can speak well in English because when she's a kid, she's more into cartoons.
that's a big help.
Nickelodeons. Yeah, she's always watching like that English cartoons, not Tagalog. So she can speak well in English. But of course, as adults, we don't like English movies. We like Tagalog movies, and we like Tagalog dramas. That's why our communication skills when it comes to English, it's really poor.
I think yours is great. I don't think yours is poor at all.
Because of you. I don't have a choice. Because when we're in LDR, when I want to talk to him, I'm just my eyes is like this.
What's he saying?
Because I try to speak, but my tongue is not cooperative.
Anyway, so we started off talking about the
needs more practice.
Foreigner and Filipina family relationship, and I like her family totally. So I don't ever mean this to be any kind of animosity, because it's not at all. They don't have animosity towards me, do they?
No. They
Okay,
like you.
just want to make sure. But I don't have any animosity. It's a language barrier thing. So like when it surprised me today when she said, my family thinks you're a very serious kind of person, because I'm like, well, I thought we'd joking around. And she was saying, yeah, it looks like you joke around on the camera, but then in person you're very serious. And I got to thinking, well, it kind of has to be that way, because I can't speak their language, and they don't very often speak to me like in any kind of conversation in English. So you kind of got to have a serious look to you, because there's nothing happening. You know what I mean? And the few times that we do actually converse in English, it seems like there is some laughter. So it was like, I think the serious perception is only because of the language barrier. I don't think it's a real true perception of, like my personality and like everyone's personality, because you're greeting each other through language barriers. So like if I was to try to say something that I think is funny, they probably might not even understand it to being funny, right? So then again, I know that, so I'm careful not to say too many things. Well, Mahal, I don't mind, because she pretty much understands me, and if she doesn't, she just laughs at me thinking I'm crazy anyway. So we usually get through and talk about it, so it's still kind of funny in the overall scheme of things. So that's why there's a perception on camera and a perception in person, I think, of the difference. What do you think?
Yeah, it's different because according to them, my sister-in-law asked me, do you understand him? Yeah. Because he say something, and then I say, yeah, okay. You understand him? Did you hear him? I say, yeah. Really? Seriously? I don't understand what he's saying. He seems like he's just mumbling.
Yeah, well, I get that from my own
because
son
of,
too. He tells me I mumble.
It's because of his, the intonation, the way he speak. It's really slow, and yeah, it's like that. So sometimes in my family, talking out loud, we are not fighting like it's normal to us. We are not fighting. Yeah, that's why sometimes my voice when I keep when we talk, he say, he always asks me, "Are you mad at me?" No, I'm not mad. My voice is just like this. Like
I
when
don't
you
always say it either. Just sometimes.
no, you always say that. Are you mad at me? No, I'm not. It's just like, yeah, it's just my voice is like this because at home we're talking out loud. We don't speak softly like our it's
So since we're getting
Yeah.
like deep in the relationship conversation here, and we're explaining things, hopefully it helps other people too as you venture on your Philippine relationship. Do you think it will affect us in the future to come in a negative way, or it will just get better because we're just going to always keep trying harder and loving each other more, or will it turn out to be a negative thing because of the bad communication or misunderstandings in communication? What's your honest feeling? This is new to me too. We got Filipina on the hot seat now to answer that question.
Yeah, and actually, honestly, I'm adjusting myself because sometimes it makes me worried because I'm so tactless. And then they say, "Are you doing that to me in the future?" No, I'm not.
She's leaving out some details there, but if you can get the gist of what she's saying.
No, I'm not. I'm just sharing stories. And sometimes I think he's just scared of me. And I said, "No, I'm not doing that to you. I'm not like that." Just talking things what I saw in the YouTube. But yeah, because there's a lot of there's a lot of stories that shares in the YouTube. And sometimes you need to be more aware of what happened in your surroundings. And I am like that. I used to watch news even if it's negative. I need to watch that. Current events. It's kind of, at least I'm fully aware of what's happened in my country. It's like that because I'm like that. Yeah, you
Well,
need
Joy-
to you need to be more like what's the reality. You need to be more aware of what's the reality. Yeah.
So would you like my take on my answer to my question? Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. My answer to my question is, I think personally it will only be to our benefit in the future because from my point of view, I look at the core of who you are. Number one, you love God. That's always been the core that I love about you. You really truly love God. And then you are a wonderful person. And the other parts are just working through life. And to me, it's an advantage because it makes you work harder at understanding each other, which perhaps in many situations, in a typical marriage, like where people are from the same culture, the same language, you may not be trying as hard to understand each other and talk to each other, but in this situation, we're really forced to understand each other more, to clarify what each other means, and I think it actually helps.
And also
That's my opinion, and I think in the future, that will ultimately help. Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
What I mean is like, because sometimes the more I talk, sometimes it's just in my thoughts, like the more I talk, the more I scare him, like
Not really.
like I'm just
It's not really true.
okay, it's not true. Did I scare you?
Oh, yeah, it's scaring me. No. I mean, once or twice you made a comment, and
Yeah.
which ties in what you were saying earlier. I said, well, does that mean like in the future it's going to be worse? Because I forget now the actual thing we talked about. Yeah, one or two times she said that, and it made me think, well, if that's what you think, it's going to be like a little worse in the future. And then she's no.
No, I'm not like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially no, just like for example, when I watch news, current events, like and there is domestic violence, something like that. And of course, I share some story that not all women experience domestic abuse. Also men, but they don't. But they're scared of coming out because they're men. Yeah, it's their pride. And I share to him, and I say, his reaction is really quite funny. He said, no, I'm not gonna do that to you.
Yeah, 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 like I would do something.
Yeah.
But I think sticking with what I was saying though, I think my point is very valid in the sense that it makes us work harder at communication because of the language barrier, don't you think?
Yeah. You just
So,
try
I think
hard.
it's a good thing.
Just try
in
hard
the long term. Because
to understand each other.
'cause
Because
the-
it's just like when he shared some idioms, I become an idiot.
no, it's not true. We're just having fun talking about idioms. We didn't know.
Because before, like when most of us we're really poor in reading comprehension, and it's there that what does it mean when the idioms is like this? What is that? You're barking up the wrong tree.
Oh yeah.
In my understanding, the dog barking in the tree.
You took it literal.
Yeah, it's an idiom, and I become an idiot.
No. Not true. She's just learning.
When
some
I
of
was
the
young,
idioms, that's all.
when I was young, that's my understanding. I'm sorry. And
So-
then he just mentioned that when you were in the rice field, and he says something which is I don't understand. What is that? Like,
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
I used something about. I used the expression "neck of the woods." Are you,
Yeah, I don't
are you used
understand
to
that.
this neck of the woods? Have you been around this neck of the woods or something? I used neck of the woods, right? Talking about this area, this place.
then I answer him wrong.
Well, she went on to think I was making a joke.
Yeah.
It wasn't a joke. It was just an expression talking about this place, this neck of the woods. Right? I said I
Yeah.
just use it it's like an idiom, right? Talking
Yeah.
about your place.
That's why most of the time I'm an idiot.
No,
But it's
no,
fun. Yeah,
It's
because
fun, yeah.
our my craziness, my silliness, my being an idiot, it's more fun. Yeah. I'm not offended.
No, I think
Yeah, I'm
we
not
both jump
yeah.
into the idiot pool and splash around. We're both like that.
Yeah, we're just laughing.
But yeah, so but anyway, because you mentioned that like you said, your family think I'm more serious than when we're joking around on camera. I think that's the explanation is because of the language barrier,
Yeah.
and because I can't communicate. And even if I think of something that's more humorous or we're just joking, I can't really communicate the joking because
Yes.
it's not understood. So there's no other way to perceive me as being more serious, right? How else can it be? It can't be any other way, really.
So
So-
my brother is right, because he said that it's just a matter of I think you need to stay here for a long time and be with us more often, or stay here.
Well, I
Yeah.
know all the
Yeah,
answers in the
because-
comments are going to be, you need to learn their language. You need to learn their language. You
Yes.
just need to learn their language. I know that's all
Yeah.
coming, but
But-
I'm not good at learning
but-
new languages,
but-
so I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just that
I'm slow. Doesn't mean I'm not trying with certain words, but I'm really slow at learning a new language. I mean, I'm at the age where I'm not ready to learn a new language. I'm like, I'm forgetting the language I got.
Anyway, I will teach him how to speak in our language because yeah. So
Lunch is ready.
dance time. So we will just cut this conversation.
Anyway, I'll hide the beeping while we say goodbye. Filipina recorded live is probably where you're going to see this video, but we also have Filipina and the foreigner. And we usually put a PayPal link below so you can drop some change into her bank account directly in case you like our videos. A little bit of change.
Yeah,
She's a blessing
sharing
to
is a
everyone
blessing,
else.
guys.
She can be a blessing to her.
Yeah. And God bless us. God bless everyone.
Everyone, you too.